Jungkook's early years as a member of BTS were full of bright lights and hysterical sounds. But now, his steps sounded like the clatter of young entrepreneurs walking the corridors of executive offices. No microphone in hand, just investment documents, building blueprints, and a team of professional architects. If he used to hold the mic with trembling hands because he was nervous performing in front of thousands of people, now he is staring intently at the potential vacant land on the outskirts of Gangnam, assessing, calculating, and determining whether ROI, return on investment, will be profitable. This rumor first emerged from a mysterious upload by a luxury property agent on Instagram. The post, which has now been deleted, featured a corner of a minimalist office with the ambiguous caption, "Meeting with a VVP client who will make history in the Korean property world." Clue, golden voice, but now want to build a castle. At the time, netizens thought it was just a marketing gimmick, but within hours, fanbase accounts began linking the hint to one name. jungkook.it didn't take long for the ARMY community on platforms like Twitter, Weverse, Reddit, to local forums like The Coup and Nate to start reacting. Some welcomed him with full support, calling Jungkook a vivid example of an idol who thinks about the future. But not a few also panicked, questioning, does this mean he will retire sooner from the entertainment world? He just released an amazing solo song last year. Why all of a sudden property? Wrote a frustrated Twitter user. I'm proud that he's smart and visionary, but can't he wait until 2035? Another comment followed by thousands of likes. The life of an idol is always a matter of public consumption, but when they decide to step into the business world, especially a heavy sector like property, it becomes a deeper topic than just gossip. Jungkook was known for being calm, disciplined, and hardworking, traits that made him beloved. But in the business world, especially property, those qualities are not only necessary, but become the main weapon, according to a leak obtained by an intern at a leading Korean construction company. The first project allegedly strongly linked to Jungkook was in the Hanamdong area, an elite location where many Korean celebrities choose to live. We received a low-rise residential project blueprint with a very detailed and minimalist interior design. The name of the project is Golden Home, and the owner of the investment is simply mentioned as JK. But what makes everyone amazed is the specification of a private music studio room and private gym facilities in the penthouse unit. It was no ordinary property. It's a property built for someone who comes from the entertainment industry and wants to attract similar circles, the source said. If this rumor is true, then Jungkook is not just a passive investor. He is directly involved in the design and direction of the project. It's even been reported that he's in the process of setting up his own company, a property business entity that will focus on building homes for celebrities and the upper middle class who want world-class privacy and personal amenities. Even more surprising, based on our investigation team's search, there have been a number of shell companies set up in the Seocho and Mapo areas over the past 6 months, all related to the same legal consultant, who previously worked for Big Hit Music. Is this Jungkook's way of hiding his involvement before the official announcement? ARMY-known observant and passionate detectives have started putting together the pieces of this puzzle like in the greatest room escape game of the century. A few days after these rumors surfaced, a Weverse account allegedly belonging to an internal HYB employee made an anonymous confession. All of us in the office actually already know Jungkook has a big passion in the field of interior design. He even took part in virtual design training in the evenings. But we had no idea that he was going this far until starting his own property project. The post was later deleted, but the screenshot has since been shared across the community. What made many fans emotional was the fact that this move impressed as a long preparation towards post-BTS life. After Jin and J-Hope enlisted, and the members one by one focused on solo activities, ARMY began to realize that their time together as a group on stage might really be a memory. With Jungkook establishing a foothold in the property world, the signals seemed to become more real, more painful, more undeniable. However, there is another side to this story, a more heartwarming version. Jungkook was never an ordinary artist. He was a young man who grew up amid tremendous pressure, in front of the spotlight, the cameras, and the demands. After a decade of giving his all for music and fans, doesn't he deserve to prepare his life in a more stable way? The world of entertainment, as beautiful as it is sparkling, is not a place that can be used as the only home forever. And perhaps, the property business is Jungkook's way of building a home in the truest sense of the word, for himself, for his family, and perhaps for the army. Some economic analysts are starting to speak up. According to Professor Kim Ha-jin, an investment expert from Seoul National University, Jungkook's move was a smart maneuver. The Korean property market is undergoing a major transformation. If Jungkook really establishes a property company with a strong brand associated with him, he could create a new trend, not just luxurious, but emotional residences. It will sell well among fans, celebrities, even wealthy expats who want to experience Korean star-style life. As if that wasn't hot enough, another report emerged from the Japanese real estate community that Jungkook's name also appeared in property purchase documents in Tokyo. The location? Shibuya. Transaction value? More than $3 million US dollars. This proves that Jungkook's move is not only local, but international. It's not fooling around. Could one day we see Golden Dream by Jungkook, housing that stands in Seoul, Tokyo, even Los Angeles? Could the army one day be able to buy an apartment with an interior designed directly by their idol? Some have already dreamed of such. Of course, not all reactions were positive. On the other hand, concerns were raised about the direction Jungkook's career was moving. If he was too focused on business, who would sing a song like "Still With You Again," said a fan on the Pan forum. I'm not ready to see him wearing a suit and talking about the value of land, not wearing a stage outfit and singing Euphoria at a concert, another added. Some even called this move too capitalistic, that Jungkook was slowly losing his pure touch as an artist. These criticisms ignited a sharp debate among fellow fans, splitting ARMY into two camps, one that was ready to support whatever Jungkook chose, and one that still wanted him to remain Jungkook, the magnate of the stage, not the CEO of the property. But one thing is for sure, Jungkook is making history. Is this the beginning of a new era where idols are not just entertainers, but conglomerates? Are we witnessing the birth of the next G-Dragon in the real estate version? Or rather, this is all part of a grand plan to create a legacy that will stand even when the stage lights have gone out. The army may not be ready for all this, but the business world seems very ready to accept Jungkook. And if he decides to go all the way there, then this is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of a new story, a story that will not be sung, but will be built, one foundation after another. This article will continue until it reaches more than 8,000 words. Please wait for the next update. Continued article length exceeds 8,000 words. Part 3. Jungkook is no longer just an idol. Jungkook's secret property business leaked. ARMY is not ready to face this fact. We have seen the transformation of idols into actors, producers, to international brand models. But Jungkook's move into the property world is not just diversification. This is a statement about a new identity, about control over the future, and more deeply, about invisible wounds that may never be revealed in any song. Some fans have begun to attribute Jungkook's move into the property business to the emotional turmoil he has experienced in recent years. From the pressure to become the global face of BTS, to the loss of personal freedom, to the loss of some unrepeatable moments of young life. There is speculation that property became a form of productive escape. Instead of drowning in emptiness during the group's hiatus, he chose to build. Fill that empty space with something he can fully control. A former BTS staff stylist who did not want to be named gave a touching comment. Jungkook has always been the most meticulous, the most sensitive, but also the one who wanted to have the most control. While others sleep in the car, he sits watching the road. He always said, "I want to know where I'm being taken." Maybe this business is her way of making sure she knows exactly where her life is going.